Hey, how's it going? My name is Dan. I play guitar for the band Aborted. We'll be heading out on tour in January, starting January 24th in Australia, which we're very, very excited for. We haven't been for quite a few years. I've never been, so it'll
Oh
be my
wow.
first time, so I'm very excited. But yeah, we released our album Vault of Horrors about a year and a half ago. So it's gonna be fun to bring that to you over there and or down under there, I guess I should
Down
say.
under, yeah. You got to get the
Yeah, definitely.
terminology right before you get here, mate. Otherwise, people will throw shit at you.
I figured. But yeah, we're definitely very stoked to get there and bring all that brutality, all that speed to you.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And as you say, bro, like the border to hit Australia early next year for a run and
Hmm.
shoot with Archspire and Organectomy. So that part of the tour starts in Melbourne on January the 27th, then you hit Brisbane, Canberra, and Sydney over consecutive days. So we'll get into the
Right.
other festival later, but that's it's not too long after the festive season, bro. So perfect way to start the new year touring another country.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm definitely quite excited for that timing of things because I feel like the holidays and also just at least here, the kind of like how the climate starts getting colder and more vicious around that time. It's just like it's nice to kind of get away and step out of that rhythm for a little bit, just kind of and try something different. And that's certainly going to be different, at least for me, you know.
One
So
thing
I've
you
never
notice about Australians, mate, is we are always on holidays. There's no such thing as not being on holidays for us.
I see. I see. Well, I mean, that's not a bad way to be at all.
Oh,
That's
no,
definitely
no.
gonna be, yeah,
And
totally, totally.
have you toured with Archspire or Organectomy before, or is this going to be your first time on the road with them?
Well, we've toured with both of those bands before, absolutely. We did a summer tour with Archspire in 2024, which was a great time. We toured the US together, North America, and had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. Those guys definitely are like very up our alley, both musically and personally. So we've known those guys a long time. Kind of like two bands go way back. They're very intertwined, kind of throughout the years. And sonically, I feel like they align very well as well. So like this makes for a very good package. It's kind of broad in the good ways, but it's also like going to be pretty pummeling like most of the way through, which is
Probably.
not bad, you know. That's why you come out to a show like this.
It is. It
Uh,
is.
and we did a headliner tour earlier this year as well, where Organectomy
Okay.
were with us. So that was fantastic. Those throughout Europe, those guys were awesome, absolutely awesome, and we're very excited to see them all again. Definitely.
Shit on. The press release actually calls Archspire the fastest band on earth, with the emphasis on fastest and earth. Like,
Right.
I'm not familiar with their music, but it sounds like a lot to live up to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of you've kind of like painted yourself into a corner with that, right?
Yeah, I
Kind
have
of in
indeed.
trouble.
Yep. Now people are going to
Nah,
throw shit
they're
at me.
yeah, but they're fast as hell. They're fast as hell, definitely, and they definitely bring that live very well as well. Like you definitely get the like sense for the urgency of
Yeah.
that kind of level of speed, you know. But I mean, Boarded is pretty fast as well, you know. That's for sure. So I mean, we'll see. Maybe we'll have written a 600 BPM song just to kind of like
Get
just
nudge you above them a little bit.
poke the bear a little bit, you know? Like, I mean, you got to go 650 now, boys.
Challenge has been laid down, brother.
Yeah, exactly.
The tour's called the Return to Prison Island Australian Tour. Like, who the fuck came up with that? They've got the best sense of humor I've ever heard. Like, I pissed myself laughing when I saw that. It's like Return to Prison Island Australian Tour.
That's pretty damn good. You're right. You're right. But that Archspire has definitely all the credit for that. I'm not quite sure whom exactly, but those guys' sense of humor is definitely very on point. So it's not surprising that they got that one right, you know.
The sort of thing a couple of
But
people might take offense to, but how can you take offense to it? It's like it's just
yeah,
taking
I mean,
out of ourselves. It's fantastic.
yeah, I mean, isn't it well, I mean, not that I'm the one to speak to that. I mean, those
Uh,
whom get
you're
offended
in
are
my
just
gang now, buddy. You can say whatever you want.
yeah, I see. But it's like I feel like it's tongue in cheek enough to be
Yeah.
like it's quite clearly a joke,
I
So
don't think
like,
I stopped laughing for a good 5 minutes. I was trying to write the questions out, and I came across that, and I just gave up. I was like, I'm fucking.
oh hell yeah, man, that's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That's how it should be. I mean, like successful endeavor there, definitely, definitely. But the poster is also great. Definitely aligns with that as well.
I might even buy myself a shirt if they're on the shirts.
Oh, undoubtedly, undoubtedly,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So I suppose the big thing, all laughs and jokes aside, bro, is what can Australian fans expect from Aborted when you hit our stages over here?
Well, I mean, it's definitely gonna be as is always is. Our shows are very engaging to like crowd participation in various ways. So it's definitely like a very active show to attend, which is maybe like I mean, not that it's like uncommon per se, but with death metal bands, I feel like that are like the level that we aspire to get with as far as crowd participation goes is definitely a little more than is kind of generally the case in the genre.
Mhm.
So it's definitely going to be very active. People definitely need to do some warm-ups, get their muscles ready, nice and stretched, ready to go. But it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be fast. It's gonna be intense. That's how it always is for us. And we kind of just like we don't really know any other way.
It's-
That's how it's
that,
gotta be.
this leads itself to another question, I guess. It goes like the crowd are always like watching bands and they're judging, standing back and seeing what he's doing up
Yeah.
there. From a band perspective on stage, like what can a crowd do to elevate it from not a bad gig to a fucking awesome gig? Like you look out there, what do you want to see?
I mean, obviously, it's definitely always what you want to see just like movement, just general movement, general excitement. Uh, Sure, I've definitely also played shows where like the participation hasn't like been that much, but you see the general sense of like happiness and enjoyment.
Yeah,
So because people enjoy things differently,
yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? And culturally that's sometimes the case as well. And when you see that, it's like, okay, we're all good, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So it as as long as people are stoked, I guess, then they can like enjoy it kind of however they want. But it's always the most fun, when there's just like an abundance of stage dives and crowd surfing and mosh pits and all that. That's kind of what the culture is known for, right? So,
It
I
is.
mean,
You've actually just saved yourself there, mate. 'Cause I was about to say that's a diplomatic answer. Now tell us what you really think. But you saved yourself right at the end there.
that's good. That's good.
So on the side of those dates with Archspire, you've got gigs at Froth and Fury Festival line up. You're firstly in Perth on 24th of January, then you got Adelaide on the 31st of January. Like you're coming out just after Christmas, you're starting the tour with the Metal Festival, you're finishing the tour with the Metal Festival. Like
Exactly.
you guys know how to do your shit, eh?
It seems that way. I mean, it's definitely, I think, the optimal way to do a run like this, to get to like kind of both hit it off and tie it up with something awesome like that. And from everything I've heard about that fest, I mean, I think we're in for something like really awesome with those two shows. So I'm particularly excited for those. Definitely, definitely, that's going to be awesome.
And then those shows they've got Polaris, it's Soulfly, Nail Bomb, Snot, a Bath, Comeback Kid, Fit for an Autopsy. So many bands,
Right.
bro. Like, is there anyone on there that stands out for you that you really want to see or you really want to catch up with?
Um, well, I mean, all those bands are very like notable in the genres, so it's definitely like it'd be kind of like I would arrive and what I would get the chance to see, I would definitely use the opportunity to go see. Uh, I haven't seen Comeback Kid ever, so it will be fun
Fucking
to
good,
see
really.
them. I used to very much like I listened to that band a lot when I was in my kind of formative years.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be very cool. Fit for an Autopsy. I've played shows with before, so it's definitely going to be cool to see those guys. Those guys are always awesome. It's a fantastic live band, like very talented. Polaris, I've never seen live, so it would be very cool to see them. I know that they've kind of like they've grown considerably in the last few years, and they've kind of like become this like huge thing. So I'm very excited. I'm not too familiar with the band, but I just like kind of like seen it through the periphery of my eye.
Yeah.
So I'm That would be very cool to see that, especially in Australia, you know.
Yeah.
That'd be very
I think well, one thing too that's going to be cool for you, like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for the diversity in festivals that's coming in lately, like different sort of bands, but for bands backstage, like, I know there'd have to be a little bit of fucking metal bands over there and fucking emo bands over there, but a
Oh
festival
yeah.
where it's all just metal, like, you're just going to get backstage and it's going to be one big party. You're not going to have to worry about offending anyone. You're not going to have to worry about being polite. You can just run amok.
Right, right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, that's definitely like the fun thing about the festival is that it becomes this kind of like, yeah, one big party, as you said. That's kind of the best way to put it, honestly. That's how it feels. And especially I think with being in somewhere like Australia, it's kind of for a lot of these bands, it's quite far from home.
Yeah.
So the level of adventure
Of
that
not
people are
giving a shit,
experiencing.
the level of not giving a
Yeah,
shit.
exactly, exactly. Not in like a disregard kind
Yeah,
of way,
no,
but
no.
more so in just like excitement. It's like, wow, this is very crazy, right? You know? So that's gonna be definitely cool. I'm excited to kind of experience that vibe. I can only kind of imagine, you know, how it
You're gonna
feels
love it.
because it's
I've spent 10 minutes with you, mate, and I already know you're gonna love it.
I'm inclined to agree. I think so as well. Definitely.
Now, one of the best things about festivals too is like you're always going to see a band that you might have always wanted to see and never had or you'd never heard of before. So just say someone's coming to Froth and Fury and they've never heard Aborted before. Give us three of your songs they can listen to so they get a good idea of what to expect.
Yeah. What to expect? I would say The Origin of Disease is a good one. Very like it has this kind of like fast, intense vibe that Aborted is very known for, and like the extremely heavy breakdowns. So I would say that one, Dreadbringer off of our new record, the opener off our new record. I think that one is fantastic. It's probably my favorite one to play live. And the third one would have to be, I think, Saw and the Carnage Done, which is just like mainstay in the Aborted set, and it's like, you know, it's just like a classic at this point, you know,
Cool,
definitely.
cool. Now, I hope I've done my research here right. Otherwise, I'm going to sound like a dickhead. You're pretty much the new guy in the band, haven't just joined in 2022. So,
That's correct.
how,
That's
how,
correct.
how
Yeah.
are you settling into the role, mate? Like, was it an easy transition for you coming into the band? Did it take a while to sink in?
I would say that it was pretty easy, honestly. Um, I've kind of been very familiar with the band for years. Aborted has always been kind of like the kind of death metal that the way death metal should be, in my opinion. It's kind of like on the verge of like just entering like complete chaos, but it just like reins it in like just enough in between, and then kind of like to keep you entertained and keep you like understanding where things are at. So I think it's yeah, in my opinion, I think it's like how it should be. As far as joining the band, it was very smooth. You know, all the guys were super cool. We were all kind of like operate on the same wavelength as well again. And it was just kind of they trusted me to kind of do a lot immediately. You know, as soon as I joined, I just started writing, and I wrote our first single after that, Infinite Terror, and then we pretty much entered straight from there to the album writing mode. And I'm very thankful and very lucky to be in a band with people that are kind of like-minded, and everybody's just kind of like down to trust each other and do the best and most extreme death metal as we possibly can.
Yeah,
So
sweet. You joined just like I say around the same time as Bolt of Horrors was written. So for the next album, can we expect to see a little bit more of your direct influence in the music, or is it sort of going to still stick down the same path?
I think it's going to be on the same path, mostly because I wrote most of that album.
Okay.
So it's kind of that's kind of along the lines of how I want the band to kind of be. But obviously, with every record, you want to exemplify those traits more. You want to kind of concentrate things even better. So definitely aspiring to one up that one, you know, for sure. But I'm very proud of that record. I think it came out very well, and we were collectively very happy with it. So
Well,
I think
this
it
is going
did
to put
well.
you on the spot a little bit, bro. But what do you think you've actually brought to Aborted into the band sound?
Um, I think that I think that it's maybe just like furthered the elements that pre-existed in the band more. I think that the breakdowns got a little heavier, the fast stuff got a little faster, the technical things got more technical. Uh, but mostly, I guess, which is like I spent a lot of time just on the writing itself for things to kind of like keep the listener very, very locked in. Uh, Obviously, like to each person is going to have to answer for if that succeeded or not, but I feel like generally it did. I feel like generally it did. Like the album came out very well, and it is very kind of like it is very heavy. I think the production also helps with it quite a bit. We got Dave Otero in Denver to produce the album. He mixed and mastered it as well, and he just kind of he has a very, very good sense for how things kind of should be. So it has this. So the album is like pleasing to listen to, even though it's like obnoxiously aggressive. So
You want to patent that line and put it on a t-shirt, bro? That's fantastic.
maybe we will. Maybe we will. Who knows?
All right, man. Well, thanks very much for your time. Aborted are in Australia early next year. You've got Froth and Fury on the 24th and the 31st of January, off around Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide before that, bro. But all the best, mate. Have yourself a Merry Christmas and we'll see you next year.
Likewise, Chris. Pleasure.